Command center coming from Damon here. That could be what we're seeing. I certainly hope. I hate myself so much. Okay, I forgot to switch the overlay. It's a good thing I checked. So I do believe it's a 15cc. I don't know what else Damon would be doing. That being said, there is the command center on the way, so I was correct. It's nice being correct. Gateway, Cybercore, pretty standard stuff coming from Jazz Hands here. He's checking around, looking for bases. You know, something I thought would be pretty sneaky to do as a Terran, like just lift off, put your base right here, and then no one would ever know. Unless you get that one person who awkwardly checks the whole map. But that being said, he's not doing that. Looks like they will both scout each other second, but Mr. Jazz Hands will actually see his opponent first. So he starts a Stalker and Cybercore and his Warp Gate research. Pretty standard stuff here. I'm sure the Stalker will come over here and deny the SCV a scout. There's not really much to say about these opens. Nothing too crazy. All pretty standard stuff on this map. Curious to see what the third building of Damon's choice is. Seeing as he hasn't taken any gas yet, I can go ahead and tell you it won't be a factory or an engineering bay. If he made an engineering bay, it would be just for starport purposes. But you never know. So with these two being here, let's three racks again. I'm kind of expecting him to start his gas here pretty soon. Not 100% sure on the actual timings of gases usually as Terran, but I feel like his gases were a little late. Ooh, looks like we could have some 3-gate pressure here from Mr. Jazz Hands. Would be an interesting way to spice things up a little bit. So after this Mothership Core comes out, well, I don't think anything's coming anytime soon because he's not making any units out of this Stargate, out of this gateway. His Nexus is almost done. He'll have that going for him and a Robo down. So 3-gate Robo with 2 bases is pretty nice for Protoss. Pretty good way to go about doing things. So with these gateways finishing up, Warp Gate just finished. The problem here is, and it's only a small problem, it's not a huge problem, there are no proxied pylons yet. I mean, it's not necessary, but you know, the earlier you get them, the better. And there is an Oracle actually coming from Jazz Hands. That's an interesting thing to do, because I don't think he saw the engineering bay though, actually, so it's not too weird. But there's only 4 Marines here, and it takes 5 to actually kill an Oracle from where it enters. So if this Oracle gets in this mineral line, it's gonna have a field day, assuming nothing moves over there. And we actually have a 3rd CC coming down from Damon, which is nice, and I think that signals he's wanting to go for more of a macro play. But we'll see if Mr. Jazz Hands decides to let that happen or not. There was a scan that's gone down, but he still did not see this Stargate. And that kind of sucks. He saw this Robo though, and that might make him think that there is no Stargate. Yeah, that's gonna get cancelled. That's gonna get cancelled. He's gonna lose that mule he just dropped. Let's see how fast he reacts. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How much more is he gonna lose? Where are those Marines? Oh my god, he moved them all in this middle line. Okay, so this Oracle is gonna get a little bit. Oh no, he's gonna lose that Oracle. Okay, no, he's not. He's safe. He's safe for now. And so he sees this third. That's nice for him to see. He saw the timing on the starboard. He knows he doesn't have to worry about there being a drop any time too soon. So now I would like to see him get out a couple more observers. Kind of park an observer here, park an observer over here, maybe one over here and one over here. Just at least 2 more observers though, so he can kind of have a feel of what's going on around him. You never want to be blind in your base to a drop or anything, because drop harass really sucks versus Protoss. I mean, there are things you can do to stop it and all that, but you know, you just really don't want to not know about it. So that being said, we'll see what he actually opts to do. I don't think he's going to make those observers. He's just going to keep making more and more of these immortals here. And there's a Colossi robotics bay, which makes me wonder if he's actually going to get more Colossus this time or not. Like, cause last time it was weird. Like, he got a Colossus and then he didn't really do anything though. You know what I'm saying? Like, he just kind of got 5 Colossus and then stopped using them for whatever reason. I feel like he'll be okay against this army because he should have photon overcharge, right? Yeah, he's got photon overcharge, so he'll be safe against this initial army, I would imagine. And then from there, he should have a Colossus out by the time the photon overcharge runs out. Oh, and see, having the observer right over around here somewhere would alert him to the fact that there's a drop going around into his natural. And this army is going to take forever to get over to here. He's going to have to rely basically on warpins, and he's only got 2 pylons. He shouldn't lose a whole lot, but I think what he's going to do is he's going to wait for this army to meet up. He's going to send this army into the 3rd, pull out the photon overcharge, and then drop this at the same time. Doing that will make the Mothership Core have to go over to the other side, because he's going to have to actually try and, you know, he's going to have to try and defend both drops. Or actually, no, he's just going to send the drop in on its own. And then maybe he'll pull another army. Oh man, he just lost this whole mineral line. Taking a look, he just lost 20 workers. He's going to lose this Void Ray. There's no way of avoiding that. Get the medevacs out of there. What are you doing? Get him. Okay. Okay, he's good. He's good. Now what he could have done was sent the other army up in here. He'd have been just dandy to find that everything left. But that's not the case. So now Mr. Jazz Hands has been effectively put back on 2 bases, because this has no probes. It's not really a mining base at the moment. There's a lot of pylons right here. I mean, if he took all these pylons out, he would be heavily supply blocked. And the drop is back, and it's going to pick off that Nexus, I think. Nope, he's going to pick that off. While, no, he's going to go back to the... Okay, so he is going to focus down the Robo Bay. And I don't think he's going to actually be able to lift up this time and leave. Nah, he's going to lose all of that. Okay, so that was a thorn in Mr. Jazz Hand's sides that he really needed to get rid of. And he did. Got rid of it fairly easily. Well, I shouldn't say easily, because he just lost a lot of stuff. So he's got a pretty decent army. He's adding on more pylons right here. I'm kind of surprised. Like, let's just pretend for once that the Terran decided to go get nukes and nuked this little section right here. He'd be in some trouble. He'd lose a lot of his supply room pretty quickly, I would say. So from here, there's a few things that could happen. One, he could, well, he's not going back into Colossus, so I imagine he could add another Stargate, start making more Void Rays, and then he really needs that Twilight Council, which is, man, he He puts this Twilight Council just out here. He needs this Twilight Council to get charge and then +2 upgrades on top of everything. Having all of that will be extremely nice for later on, because having all of this will cause you to, you know, will cause you to be able to get upgrades. Everyone needs upgrades. He's on the Terran's sitting on 1-0 upgrades right now. I'm kind of surprised. Okay, he's got 1-1 on. He's got the armor upgrade on the way, but I feel like he could have had it earlier. He's floating a ton of minerals, 1,200 minerals, and he's only got 3 orbitals. So he can just go drop another base anywhere. Like, seriously, on these maps, I see no reason not to go ahead and try taking a hidden base if you've got so much extra money. Like, why not? Just go for it, dude. You got tons of cash just sitting there begging to be used. And there's quite a bit of production here from Damon. He's got, wow, he's adding on a lot more too. He's gonna have like maxed armies just from reinforcements. Another little stutter step there. We didn't have any problems in the first game, I don't believe, so I'm not sure why it's lagging now. There's a pretty decent sized army here from Mr. Jazz Hands, but oh man, he does not have that Colossus upgrade. What is up with that? These Void Rays will melt these Vikings though. Now if he had Blink, he could have blinked on those Vikings and killed them, but he doesn't have Blink, so it's not a thing. Maybe after this game I'll have to ask Mr. Jazz Hands, what is the magic behind not getting Colossi range? Like, he's just refusing to get it, I swear. It's interesting. Interesting to say the least. I don't 100% know. He's got quite a few Templar here, each with the energy for a Storm, except for one. Actually, I lied. But Storm is not yet finished. It should be finished here in about 10 seconds, so, or 5 seconds actually. And here's the time when having all those proxied pylons would have been nice. You know, warp in 5 zealots, send them into here, because there's nothing really protecting it. But this army's about to be here, so I don't see there being much. He really needs those Void Rays to start wailing on the. Oh man, Mr. Jazz Hands should just get annihilated here. I don't know, Storm, good unit. We will just have to wait and see. Man, if those Colossus had Thermal Lance, they would have been so much more effective. Really, all that's left here are these really low health Marauder. Oh, he's only got 1 Immortal though, and he doesn't even have that anymore. Both sides losing quite a bit here, but I feel like Damon. Ooh, the pylon though. I feel like Damon is in a lot of trouble now. As you can see, he's not going to be able to get rid of this army quite yet. But this bit of rallying should be good. The problem is, excuse me. The problem is he needs more starports. He needed, really, I feel like the trick here was the fact that he didn't get extended thermal lance might have thrown him off, and because of last game's lack of commitment to Colossi, he really needed 2 starports so he could have more medevacs and then a bunch of Vikings at the same time. And man, Damon is fighting with everything he's got, but I'm afraid it just won't be enough. This other Void Ray showing up. He doesn't have any Marines left, and that is the problem here. If he had Marines, just at least like these 6 that are about to pop out, he'd be good. But he doesn't. He's gonna lose all this slowly just to get picked off by this one lone hero Void Ray. Void Rays. Just chilling out. Bunch of zealots getting warped in. They look like they do have charge. That's a change. Okay. Sadly, this bit of an army's going over there. What are you doing? Yeah, just keep going this way. You'll see a fresh mineral line that you can just pillage. Don't focus the command center. Please, just kill the SCVs. Okay, well, That didn't do really anything, and really he should have just completely annihilated that mineral line. All those mules should have died, everything. But while all this has happened, Mr. Jazz Hands has established himself a 4th base. His 3rd base is safe, and that Twilight that I was talking about is safe as can be. A bunch more gateways are about to go down here. That's always nice. So, interesting. Okay, well, we've got this going around right here. This is a relatively small army, though. The army supply favors Damon, actually. I'm kind of surprised. The biggest problem, I would have to say, is the fact that he never replaced that Colossus. The robotics bay. That's the biggest problem here. He never replaced that. 94 to 96 to 80 supply. Boy, there is a lot of storm here, and then a lot of Archons after the storms have done. So this army doesn't fare well against what Mr. Jazz Hands actually has. This base is going to get annihilated, and he's probably going to lose a lot of those workers. Yeah. Oh, that's 4. Looked like a lot more. 4 got out. That's good. He's gonna work on these rocks for future attack angles. It's always nice to have options. You don't ever want to have just one way to attack if you can have 2 or 3. So the problem right now for our Damon is that he has not enough bases. He needs to transfer some of these workers over to that newly established base he just got. Then he needs to get another base pretty quick. Oh man, these armies are about to meet. Oh man. Oh, these immortals, they're so exposed. Oh god, the storms. The storms. Oh. Oh god. Oh god. Okay, so there's a lone ghost. Doesn't have personal cloaking, but there's a chance, I believe. The ghost that could. And he gets it. I think there's only 2 storms left in the entire army now. Yep, and there they go. So now it's just what he's got left, but man, does he have a lot left. And I think the supplies are telling it all. There's just too many marauders here, not enough marines to get rid of these. And I do believe, sadly, that will be GG this time, because this time he's actually got a whole lot left over. So unfortunately, Damon put a good showing in these 2 games. I mean, he really did. In the first game, I thought for sure he won the first game. Not 100% sure what happened there, but Mr. Jazz Hands will take the series 2-0.